Okay, so Lirio, we have a next question. This is an interesting one, right? And so how do you tell your boss na pabago-bago yung isip niya? That he seems to lack planning. Hindi daw teka. Hindi ito yung tipo, okay, I made a mistake, ito gawin natin. Tapos ganun ulit. So same mistakes all over. So basically, so the basic question is, how do I give feedback to my boss?
That's tough. That's tough. Very tough. And I have handled that question with other participants. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. In the first place, okay, your boss does something good, right? Everyone always does something good. God never does created trash. First thing is notice the good in others. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Notice the good in others, and when they do something good, praise them, affirm them. Affirm them. Even your boss, this was really good, it made me feel blah, 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 or that particular decision was really good. The people felt blah, 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 okay, it was effective, etc. Give affirming feedback. Always. Start with that. And what I'm telling you now, these pointers apply to whether it is your boss or anybody else in the organization, okay? Including people at home. Okay. Notice what they do good. In psychology, we call that reinforcing feedback. Mm-hmm. Reinforcing, it is affirmations. Okay. When they see that you have noticed good things, when the time comes that you need to give constructive or redirecting feedback, they will listen because they know you see both sides. In the first place, when you give affirming feedback, positive, you're building your emotional bank account.
Yes.
Yeah. So next time you speak, they will listen more. And words are very, with your boss, words. Yeah. Don't be shy. Affirm the person. Affirm the person. Now, pabago-bago yung isip. Okay. I would go and say, okay, boss, tell me. Yesterday you told me this. Okay. Today this is tell me. Okay. Tell me, please help me understand which is really your priority. Or sometimes your plate is full and they keep adding last minute things. Okay. They keep adding more tasks to you. I would share. If you have a plan, you made your plan. Okay, I would go. Look, you gave me. These are the things that's occupying me now. This is my task list. This is my plan for the week. And now you're giving me this assignment. Can you please help me prioritize which one can I delay so that I can do this one that you want me now to do?
Yeah.
Seek their help. Seek their help.
So like treat the boss, or begin to see your boss as like a participant or a partner here and not as a problem, because that's what the statement is looking to me.
No, don't see the person. Never see anybody as a problem.
Yes.
You see people with problems.
Oh.
Okay? Huh?
Amen.
No, there is no problem person. There are only people. There are only people with problems.
Or with challenges, perhaps.
Yes, with challenges.
Ako, if I may add, agree with everything that Lirio said there. And I like the bringing in of the emotional bank account and building that level of trust so that there will be a greater chance that this person will listen. And definitely, as we all, I think the three of us agree at the very start of this question, it's tough, particularly because this person is your boss. And it's hard enough speaking up to your boss, especially if it's feedback, which will be about his or her behavior. And I think I'll echo something that we mentioned a few times already earlier. I think it would help also to have a clear end in mind and to share what the end in mind is when we have this conversation. So it's not about criticizing. It's not about, I mean, obviously there is some emotional, I'll just call it baggage. And I completely understand. It's frustrating. You put all of this work into one thing and then your boss goes, ay, ito na lang gawin natin. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that would not be mentionable here. But if at the end of the day, it causes delays, for example, or you're not going to meet a deadline, or it's increased cost, then I think it would be worth it to sit down and say, boss, can we agree on, or can we talk about where do we want to go? What's our end in mind here? Whether it's for the old direction, the new direction. And then if he or she says something like, gusto ko magawan tama, then maybe just come up with the consequences and say, okay, boss, we can do that. But these will be the consequences. Timing, it will start conflicting with other projects or other directions that are already in play. You might also mention if there is team frustration building up, you might also share and say, the team is also getting a bit frustrated with all of the different things and the rework that we're doing.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And if it's asking you to do something that requires less time, finish it faster. In any task or project, there are three variables. Okay, three variables: time, quality, and cost.
Yes.
Time, quality, and cost.
Okay.
And cost. So if he wants to crush time, okay, then there will be, I like what you said about that there will be consequences.
Right.
Okay. You may have to pay overtime. I'm going to get other people to help me. We will have to pay them overtime. And if you still want quality, now, I'm sure you will want quality.
Quality.
Yeah. But so which is most important?
Right. Can't have all three. No, you can't have all three, especially when it's crunch time.
Yeah, what I'm getting here is just be upfront and spell it out. Be articulate as best as you can.
Yes.
Stick to the facts and be clear. Kasi yung ganito, hindi nadadaan sa osmosis to eh. I've seen one too many coaches of mine bring di ba? Bring a situation na, paano ko mapapa-feel? Ano to? Parang magic, you do something and then nag-gets ng boss mo na, ay, ayaw pala na yun. Di ba? No, you gotta spell it out.
But hold off on the corrosive language. I mean, just keep it to a...
And let me share something. Even when I was a boss managing other people, yes, it was my responsibility that I would see more of what's happening. But the reality is there are times where I'm not seeing everything. So there's an opportunity for you here to actually come up and share your perspective because that could be a blind spot.
Yes. And I think
can you help me understand this?
Yes.
I'd like to clarify whether my understanding of your expectations is right. Okay?
Yes.
So help me. This is what I thought was important for you. Is it?
Lirio, paano kung pabago-bago nga talaga yung understanding ng bosses? I'm just changing my mind every day.
And I think, which is possible, no? And perhaps you can jump in and
maybe he had new information.
Right.
Okay.
He got new information. So understand what is the reason. Okay?
Yeah.
And then, agree on the end in mind.
Yes.
What is our end in mind?
Yeah.
Find out what is really the end in mind.
And I like what Lirio said earlier on the three variables. So if, for example, the answer of the boss is we want to do this perfectly, then you go back and say, okay, so the primary criterion is quality. So are we flexible on time and cost? And if the answer is yes, then okay, maybe there's a bit more leeway there. And when it comes to the emotional side, I'm pretty sure there's a part of us which wants to say, ang labo naman itong taon to. But instead of saying that, perhaps you can say, I'm feeling a bit confused. Which is essentially the same thing, but one is judging the other person and the other one is simply saying, this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah, because it could be your expectations versus, because the boss might come out and say, no, it's really the speed. Eh. So kahit yung quality hindi basta malabas lang natin, okay na tayo doon. Diba? Then okay, fine, now you know.
Yes, now you know. And then you say, okay, so boss, is this the final direction? Because we need to go full speed ahead on this in order for us to meet the timing. I think.
Speed nga eh. Oo.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, again, so many tips here.
But I think that's a very realistic question. I think many people go through this experience of changing direction, especially in big organizations where sometimes you don't even know where the direction is coming from. It just sort of keeps coming down.
Or even in smaller organizations where a change in an environment can be, but the whole company shifts already.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Well.
And that's happening now.
Yes, absolutely everywhere. And I think that's where communication is important. So if the boss doesn't say what the background is, then it's worth asking. Where is this coming from? Where do we want to go?
Always, please help me understand.
Yes.
Always, please help me understand. Seek help.
Right. Okay, thank you.
The thing there is, as Filipinos, yes lang tayo ng yes. That there's a tendency to just say yes and yes without being realistic about how clear are we on the task.
Right. Or,
diba?
I think...
Na parang nahihiyang magtanong.
Yes.
Sometimes nahihiyang magtanong, baka kala niya tanga ako.